Hey everybody, what is going on? Hexlex here. I got another Master Duel video for you, coming at you with some live gameplay for K9 Vanquish Soul. This is definitely a deck that I think is a lot more conducive to live games than replays, because there is an insane amount of decision making that goes with every single hand, and every single hand really is going to play out differently. So yeah, we're still using the same build from the combo guide, same main deck, same extra deck. We are here on Ranked Ladder, and we're just gonna hop right on in. I already played a couple of games with this, and immediately loved this deck. It's so much fun. And again, it just plays very differently to a lot of other like combo or meta decks than I've played in the past. Okay, looks like we won the coin flip. We love to see. Let's see how good our hand looks. Hopefully it looks good. Yeah, that's fine. We got Mad Love, we got Case for K9, got some extra fire monsters. Not too much more you could ask for besides that. Okay, I think I'm actually gonna lead. I have to think about this for a second. So if I normal summon Mad Love, add Holly Sue, bounce back Mad Love, I'll have a fire and a dark. I think I'm actually gonna Case for K9 for Izuna to have a little bit of hand trap insurance here. Hopefully. Let's see what they do. Okay, they're gonna Ash Blossom a Case for K9. That's fine. That makes me really glad I led with a Case for K9 and not Mad Love though. Because if I had normal summoned Mad Love and it got an Ash Blossom while a Case for K9 was just sitting in my hand, that would have felt really bad. Alright, we'll go Field Spell, activate Field Spell. Get Holly Sue. It's fire and dark to summon from deck. We'll have a fire, we'll have a dark. We actually already have a dark in hand. Just wanted to make sure we were all set. I'll still do rock, well, because I have to reveal a Vanquish Soul monster to summon Holly Sue anyway. So yeah, we have to go rock first, no matter what. Add, not special summon. Holly Sue reveals Mad Love, specials, and we're gonna activate. Now, what you show your opponent is so super important. I'm gonna show them Impulse so they don't know I have Ash Blossom, and they know I have Mad Love but not Lantern, so we're gonna show them specifically those two. And then Xiaolong is what we want from deck. Now, I have two fire monsters in hand, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to activate the 2 effect of Xiaolong. Reveal, and reveal. This time I will show them Ash Blossom, that's fine. And this is going to look weird, but I'm going to add another Holly Sue, because I actually want another level 5 monster to go with my Jokel that I'm about to add off the Ripper, although my opponent just surrendered, so that's not going to happen anymore. But yeah, that's how we would sequence that to still be able to go full combo here. Yeah, like I said, Xiaolong, add another Holly Sue, overlay into Ripper, that's 5th summon, by the way, so that line is nib-proof. Then we can go Jokel, summon the other Holly Sue. I wouldn't want to summon a Lantern in this scenario, even though that's my other level 5 in hand, because then I would miss out on Lantern reviving something from the graveyard later, but... Alright, that's a pretty standard turn 1 line for the deck. And yeah, I mean... I say standard, it's like standard as far as like what we end up doing, but sequencing is always going to be different and hugely matters. Alright, let's go into this next duel and see what we've got. Alright, they're on their rank up game, so ideally we'll be denying them that. We're going second, so hopefully we can open some of our turn 0 plays. We actually have multiple turn 0 plays, both the Holly Sue and the Izuna. So let's see what this hand looks like. We have Holly Sue and Izuna. Perfect. Don't have another Vanquish Soul monster though, so Holly Sue can't be summoned here. But we have Izuna and Ghost Bell. So if they try to do stuff with the hand or graveyard, we have counters to that. Normal summon Noroi. Okay, so they are going to be activating some in-hand effects. Excuse me. They summoned Lupus. Okay, that's going to make their card untargetable. Ooh, an untargetable Ripper. Okay, so Ripper is going to deny us the Izuna, which is a little bit unfortunate. Unless we can use Ghost Bell first. And maybe get them to negate that with Ripper. Revealing Holly Sue. So it looks like it's a mirror match, but they might not have Vanquish Soul plays. Alright, they probably know that I have an Izuna now. It's fine. Ooh, that's less than fine. They're gonna reveal Ash Blossom and Heavy Borger. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna have to be fine, unfortunately. So I'm trying to think about when exactly I want to use my hand traps here. Wow, now they have their own Izuna. Yeah, this is really, really rough. I don't think we're going to be able to play through this anymore now that they have an Izuna. I was hoping they were going to add Jokul. Or did they already use Jokul? I meant Lantern to use off the Ghost Spell. They might already have Lantern in hand. That might have been why they didn't search it. That would make sense. Yeah, Borger, it's fine. They can reveal and draw. Can they? They have a dark? Oh, Lantern. They're probably about to reveal Lantern. No, Mad Love. They just added Mad Love. Okay. Okay, there's Xiaolong. But you don't have a case for Canine. What do you... I'm a little confused as to what they're about to make next here. I don't even know if I can play through this Ash Blossom, honestly. I'm just looking at my hand and like... So Ash Blossom counters a case for Canine. Ripper counters the Ghost Bell, ideally. That leaves me with Izuna, Holisu. Yeah, this is rough. But our opponent's playing their hand, I think, pretty well here. The only thing is, yeah, they never went for a case for Canine. Unless, again, they're still holding on to Lantern in hand, which they could easily be. I also don't necessarily think Noroi is optimal in Vanquish Soul. But I could be wrong. Okay. This is only during the main phase? Ooh, okay, that was a misplay on my part. Yeah, I should have activated Izuna to get them to use the Ripper material. That was a huge misplay on my part. Hellby is actually a pretty good top deck here. Does Snow Devil summon from hand or graveyard? No, only from the hand. Ugh, that sucks. That means I can't counter it with Ghost Spell. Yeah, this is just not... I don't think we're going to be able to play through this. Yeah, I definitely misplayed during the end phase there, though. So I go a case for Canine, they Ash Blossom, I called by, I add what, Jokul, and then they Ripper negate? Yeah, we're gonna surrender here. Yeah, I think if they had added Lantern instead of Izuna, that would have been like a pretty well executed line from them. Because the Nosh Knight on our opponent's field, unfortunately, just didn't really end up doing much there. But also, I'm realizing even if we had gone Bell negate, try to negate Lantern, they negate with Ripper, then we Izuna, they can still just they could Ash Blossom us trying to send Lupus from deck to graveyard. Oh well, it happens. Alright, let's try to get one more solid win in for this video. Winning the coin flip. Love to see that. Let's do this. Let's see what we got. Let's see how we open. Okay, no Vanquish Soul plays, unfortunately, but Jokul and Case is definitely still... We could try digging with Skull Dread if we really wanted to. That is an option with this hand. I might actually do that. Do I? Or would I? Because I could just end on 2 rank 5s and then 3 hand traps. I can just search another Izuna. Either way starts with activating Jokul, so let's do this first. Izuna F. Dumping the Lupus, of course. We're gonna activate Jokul. Add Lantern. Let's Skull Dread here. My instinct is telling me to make the rank 5s, but I don't know. I feel like if I do that, I'm just never gonna end up making Skull Dread in this deck. I guess I will say here, there is a reason to not make Skull Dread, and that's that because I opened with a case for Canine, I can actually search for Force Release here. Yeah, that's the tiebreaker. If I didn't open a case for Canine, then I honestly think I would have just gone Skull Dread, but I think with this hand it is actually right to make 2 rank 5s. Although I guess to be fair, that doesn't really change, does it? Because I still could have just popped the case for Canine with the Force Release. I guess that doesn't really change, does it? Okay, whatever. Well, we're already committed to this line, we'll just do it. Alright, no. Special summon, CXC's Nosh Knight. Yeah, because otherwise I would just pop the case for Canine here. Yeah, so that actually doesn't change, okay. Yeah, no need to activate because we already have the Force Release in hand. Alright. Rippler, Umbral Horror, Force Release, 2 hand traps and an Izuna. That's not bad. Alright, so we're gonna try to prioritize using the Ripper Negate before the Force Release. And we can still, of course, Izuna into Valen to turn something face down as well. But well, ideally you want to hand rip as soon as possible, but the hand rip, because it's behind so many layers... Oh, interesting. Is it Yummy? Okay, if it's Yummy, we're not going to Ash Blossom the Piri Reese map. It is Yummy. But I will negate the Snatchy with Umbral Horror. Normal summoned and didn't activate the effect is really insane, honestly. Didn't activate there either. Are they like toggled weirdly or something? What's going on here? Okay, special summon Lollipose, sure. This is all completely fine with me. Yep. Special summon Cookie is fine. I don't know why the game's taking so long to pass priority back to me. I'm not about to connect out, am I? That'd be really unfortunate. Okay, there we go. They were just activating the effect. They can lower this by 1,000. I don't care. Because I can't battle over it yet. Even if they could, I could still pop with Force Release whatever's trying to battle over it. Okay, there we go. There's another Cupsy Yummy Way. Do I want to discard one of the cards in their hand? I also don't want them to be on surprise. So I think I am... And I can Ash Blossom other stuff. Like the Cupsy Yummy Way. Yeah, I'm going to activate Umbral Horror on this. Yeah, denies them surprise, takes a card from their hand. Another Lollipo, whatever. Also gets them down to 2,000, which is always nice. I need them to activate Marshmallow. That almost makes me want to not Ash Blossom the Cupsy Yummy Way. Especially because they've already specialed the other 3 and they've already normal summoned. Yeah, I'm not going to Ash Blossom the Cupsy Yummy Way if they summon that next. This is 100% fine. We're also not going to negate Marshmallow with Ripper, I think. For the same reason. Okay, they're just adding 2 copies of Marshmallow and discarding one of them. Makes sense. Okay, so now they're activating all their effects. Interesting, they're doing it in this order. Am I gonna Ghost Bell Lollipo? Like the first effect, I mean? No, because then they can just do the second effect. Okay, good, I answered my own question. Am I gonna Ghost Bell this? I could Force Release and just pop it. No, I want to pop Snatchy with Force Release, and then I can Ghost Bell the Cupsy Yummy Way. I think that's the way to do this. Oh, they're gonna banish my... Oh no, this shuffles back, right? Yeah, it has to be summoned by a Synchro monster. So this actually doesn't matter. Okay. So I know they have Marshmallow and one other card in hand that's more than likely a Yummy name. So I think instead of trying to Ripper... Yeah. We're not going to Ripper negate no matter what. So we're going to Force Release now. Then we can pop Snatchy. Then they won't be able to Synchro Summon. And then if they try to Chain Cupsy Yummy Way, we can just Ghost Bell it. And then we still have Ash Blossom and Izuna. Like if they Special Summon Marshmallow, then we can just Special Izuna... and then go into Valen and turn it face down. Well, there wouldn't be much of a point in that, because they'd still just have a bunch of level 1... We can still Valen at some point. I guess they could chain the Yummy Snatchy here. I didn't really consider that somehow. That would be fine, though. Because then I can just pop whatever they summon. Yeah, that would be super fine. Oh my god, yeah, that would be great. Yeah, I'll just pop whatever they summon, it won't even resolve. Because it's not a separate effect, it's just a then effect on the end of it. They go to activate Marshmallow. We can not only rip the last card from their hand, but again, then Izuna will be online. Alright, I think we're in a good spot here. This music is so good. The canine board theme is also extremely good. I'm a huge fan of that one too. They're both excellent. Oh, it's Cookie Yummy Way. Okay. We could summon Jax and pop a card. Detach, target one monster on the field, destroy it. We could target the Cookie Yummy And then when they try to chain with... Yeah, I think that's actually right. Let's try it. Chain, Ghost Spell, Marshmallow, Izuna, turn it face down. They call by. I'm gonna be furious that I didn't hand drip. Okay, we're good. Alright, that already activated. Yep. Woo! Yes! And they say K9 has a bad Yummy matchup. It actually kind of does, though. Because you actually were able to see there how my Ripper wasn't really online for most of the game. And really, the thing with Yummy is that they're only going to ever activate the Marshmallow, right? So it's like you either have to negate it with Ripper or use Izuna. You can't do both, because if you negate the activation... Actually, does it negate the activation or the effect? Whatever, we can look at that here in a second. I'm pretty sure it negates the activation like pretty much any other monster, right? Let's take a look. But yeah, you can't really like use both Ripper and Izuna during the same turn against Yummy. Oh, it negates the effect. Oh, hold on. What does Izuna say? Did they design this to not conflict? Oh my god, it says activated. Yeah, wow, they did design that to not conflict. Okay, never mind. You can Ripper, negate Marshmallow, and then also still Izuna after having negated the effect. If I'm reading this right, because Izuna says if your opponent activated a monster effect, but then Ripper says negate the effect. Not activation, negate that effect. It's like Ash Blossom in that regard. Yeah, negate that effect. So, cool, that's really good to know. All right, but anyway, yeah, I think that was a really nice first few games with K9 Vanquish Soul. Of course, I'm going to be using this deck a lot more among other K9 decks, but I definitely wanted to get in some gameplay with the Vanquish Soul variant first. This deck is insanely powerful, and it's also really cool. Like I said, this plays so differently than like any other combo deck I've ever played. Every hand is different. It's just always going to be a different way that you play things out based on not only what you open, but also what your opponent ends up doing. And I think that's really, really cool. So thank you as always for watching. I super appreciate it. Definitely go ahead and let me know what you think of the deck in the comments below. And we're about to sign out here, but as always, we got to make sure that we thank our YouTube members and Patreon subscribers, especially here in our end credits. So let's move on to that outro. Hey everybody, Hexlex here. Thank you so very much for watching all the way to the very end of the video, which by the way is one of the best ways to support the channel. Speaking of supporting the channel, take a look at the names on screen. These are folks who have been so generous as to either join as a YouTube member or subscribe over on patreon.com/Hexlex to support. There's also perks for doing so. If you would like to see YouTube videos early, as well as some exclusive videos that get uploaded to YouTube, but for one reason or another I decide not to publish, definitely go ahead and hit that join button to see content early, as well as some exclusive content. If you're looking for more exclusive content, over on patreon.com, I upload exclusive videos that are not posted on YouTube just about every single day. Whether you choose to subscribe over on Patreon, join as a YouTube member, or simply continue to watch, your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you so very much. But for now, this is Hexlex. I am signing out, and I hope that you have a fantastic day.